Hey, it's plug time, people. It's the Leo and Danny Show.
Plug time.
My Patreon, it's linked down below. Maybe check that out. I'm posting content all the time now because I have an editor and I have time to make extra videos. If you want to support the channel, look into that.
Yes. Follow my channel. It's been growing. I appreciate you guys, everybody that follows. I love all you, and follow it. It's linked down below, hopefully, and our Instagrams, too.
I'm going to be sure to leave it out.
What an asshole, dude. Let's start off with what the fuck happened on the football field, because you have not stopped talking about it. What happened on the fucking football field? By the way, that's what I get when I play softball. That's what it's for. You get that fucking energy and / fucking competitive nature out of your system.
When you think of France in the year 1900, what do you think of? Lush countryside, trees, rolling hills?
Racism, yeah.
No, I don't think there was much maybe a little bit. A lot of anti-Semitism.
Yeah. Right.
After I played football on this field yesterday, it looked like France, circa 1929.
Oh, shit.
No, I went too far ahead there. Circa right after the First World War.
Oh, my God.
That's what I'm getting
Just devastated?
What's that, circa 1919?
Yeah.
Devastated.
Just barren and fucking not even lizards were alive. Just destroyed.
My talent at this point is undeniable.
Really?
It's undeniable, man. And I'm serious.
What is it? Your lankiness? Is it your explosiveness? Your speed? What is it?
It's raw speed, but more than that, Leo, I think it's killer instinct.
You have killer instinct on the football field.
Would you agree that killer instinct is one of those intangibles that cannot be taught?
On the football field, absolutely, because you're diving in with your head, and that's why there's spinal cord injuries. But let me so you have a killer instinct on the football field. How?
I don't want to get too much into it here. If people are very curious, they can check the Instagram post I just made. Yeah. Basically, the incident I'm referring to was when producer Ben had dropped back for quarterback. He was prancing around. He had his chest puffed out. No. He was showboating, Leo.
He was showboating. And you didn't like it.
You don't like it either when people do that to you.
No, I like the humble guy, the guy that hits the home run and just kind of puts his head down. Mickey Mantle, for example, humble. Hits a home run. He acts like he's done it before. You got to act like you've done it before, guys.
Exactly. And when I think of my playing style, when I'm on the defensive line and I'm rushing the quarterback for a sack, the word that comes to mind, disruptive.
Oh, wow.
It's like dropping a werewolf into a kindergarten classroom.
Oh, my God.
If a guy's running with the football, I'm going to tackle him.
I have a couple questions. I mean, did anybody here in your pool of talent, did anybody play high school football?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. The thing is, I don't recognize qualifications.
Oh, okay.
And when Ben dropped his candy ass back to throw a pass,
what about gender?
And he was prancing around. Don't recognize it either. I'll tackle a woman just as soon as I tackle a man. When Ben dropped back for a pass, I swatted Noah aside. Noah's our other roommate.
The one that just had hip surgery about 5 months ago.
I got around him. It was like the Germans getting around the Maginot Line to bring everything back to that French-German conflict.
He did
right around it, straight to Ben.
Wow.
And as I said on Instagram, I hit him with all the force that meteorite hit the Yucatan Peninsula with. Really? 65 million years ago.
Did you go for his legs?
I tackled him as hard as that meteorite that killed all the dinosaurs hit Mexico.
My God.
He was unconscious. I deprived him of his ability to think and see. Right. I deprived him of that football. You can be damn sure of that. Picked it up, scoop and score, ran it into the end zone.
All right, so we're talking about, okay, you took down a flyweight. Ben is about 130 pounds, I'd say, right, Ben? What are you?
He's putting on weight. He's 145.
You're down? You're under
145.
126?
148. 148.
That would be, if I was 126 pounds.
We can't hear you, Ben. He's not.
All right, so he's a straw weight. He's under 126. You are at least a cruiserweight at 175, 180.
So you're saying right now...
You're like 7 divisions above him, man. 8. I don't know what it is.
Leo, the next thing out of your mouth can only be yes or no.
Okay.
Are you trying? That wasn't yes or no, but I'm going to give you another chance. Mm-hmm. Are you trying to invalidate my claims based on a weight discrepancy?
No, but I am saying that you took down a way smaller man than you, and you might have swatted aside a guy who had hip surgery about 5 months ago, and today is in bed barfing.
Let me relate another anecdote that'll put to bed this size argument.
I like that you don't qualify gender as a thing. We should be able to play their sports if they want to play ours, I guess, right?
Hey, a teaser for the rest of this podcast or for later on. Fan Jerry doesn't recognize gender either. We'll get there.
Oh, yes.
So,
holy shit. What a legend that guy is. Anyway.
Did you happen to catch the LA Rams versus the Atlanta Falcons game this weekend?
I was watching a little bit while I was at the gym.
So, you might have seen a little scuffle transpire during this game.
Yeah.
A little guy named Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Best pass rusher of all time.
Yep.
Perhaps the best player in football history. Many argue.
Okay.
This guy, Devontae Freeman, is that his name, Ben? Aaron Donald, he got into a little shit-talking match with him. Aaron Donald lifted him up above his head like a little child while Devontae Freeman punched at him in vain.
Okay.
The night before the game, I did that to Aaron Donald.
Holy shit.
In a Los Angeles bar. I taught him that move.
Was he drinking?
It doesn't matter.
You just picked him up.
Aaron Donald, he looks like the abominable snowman. I cannot be intimidated, and my strength is without parallel.
So
I want all you people right now, because I don't like that Aaron Donald's getting all this attention as the best pass rusher. I want fans of the channel, this channel, anything else, hit him up. Let him know who the real boss on the defensive line is going to be come next football season.
That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, that you should hit up that guy. That's hilarious. Aaron Donald.
He's my sworn enemy.
Yeah. So you're telling me, okay, but people want to know. People are going to want to know, is this natural, Danny? Are you doing any steroids? Is this, have you had have you been praying more? Like, why all of a sudden do you have this freak strength?
All I'm going to say about the steroids is I have taken several trips to Tijuana recently, and it wasn't for hookers or cocaine. It was not for hookers or cocaine.
Danny, everybody knows that what you get in fucking Mexico is for the horses, dude. It's for horses. It's not for humans.
I don't give a damn if I live a day past 40.
What the fuck?
All I care about is my performance now.
Really?
Yeah.
40?
I don't want to live a day past then.
Holy fucking shit, man.
I want to look young and sexy, and more importantly, I want to be effective on that run to the quarterback.
Where are you injecting? Where on your body?
Where do you think?
Is it your ass, your glutes? Your stomach, you're fucking right into your abs?
Where does one get his power from in athletic endeavors?
Probably the glutes and the
right
ass.
Into the glutes and the ass it goes.
Really?
Right into the glutes and ass it goes.
Holy shit, I'm fucking worried about you, man. Are you serious? That's why you had a debacle right before we were leaving for the shoot the other day. Is this roid rage?
I'm sharing a needle with a donkey that fucks the chick down in TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Leo's referring to...
Dude, he had blatant roid rage the other day.
What Leo's referring to is we just shot a video that you're all going to see on Thursday, and don't worry, I'm telling you a story now that's off camera, so it's not going to spoil anything.
Right.
I nailed together a little cross. And my neighbors, who I've taken great pains to make friends with because they have a very loud dog that I needed to go over there and request politely that they silence in the mornings, they're very religious folk. And I pulled the car into our back garage, made special plans to get the crucifix into the car while it was in the garage and then drive it out. I failed to mention that to Leo. And
Right.
Leo, next thing I turn around, he's dressed up as a Roman soldier, toting a massive crucifix around our lawn in
Right
broad
in the
daylight
middle, yeah,
in
right in the
front of the
middle.
fucking in front of the 80-year-old Christ-worshiping neighbors.
Yeah.
And
it was not one of my finest moments, but I had no idea.
And I, in total frustration at myself, I threw my keys against the wall really hard because I thought all that peacemaking I'd done with my neighbors was in vain.
Yeah, I mean, so all of a sudden you think they see this, right? They don't think, oh, look, they're doing a play. Maybe it's, Thanksgiving's coming up. I don't know. Maybe there's like an
the crucifixion has a lot to do with Thanksgiving.
Has a lot to do with
doesn't it?
Thanksgiving, yes.
A lot to do with
The
Thanksgiving.
Puritans, yes, when they came over on the Mayflower. So then maybe they thought they could have thought it was a play. They could have thought it was fucking something like definitely to promote Jesus.
That's true.
But instead you thought that they were going to see this and go, holy shit, that guy's a fucking devil worshiper. And everything that we've been taught as Christians, we're going to throw it out the window.
Maybe.
And we're going to attack him now. And we're going to let our dogs out even fucking earlier at 5 in the morning just to fuck with this devil worshiper. You think that's what they were going to do?
In the moment, yes. And that's why my keys are now broken apart and I can't do the little wireless clicky thing to get the door open.
Oh, shit.
It's all manual now. And it's frustrating, Leo.
Yeah, that is. And it's an expensive thing to replace.
You know what I lean on the most to get pussy when I'm out on a date?
What?
Not my Instagram, not my YouTube.
Mercury Sable?
No, close. You know what I rely on? Ask again.
The fucking beeper thingy? The clicker?
Click, click.
Just from, like, because you can do it from a distance. You show the like how attractive your clicker is? Like, that you have that technology that's attractive to women?
Click, click.
Really?
A man who from a distance, when he's walking with a woman into a bar, who can look, but not even look, just behind the back go, click, click. She knows that alarm's on, that car alarm.
Wow.
That's a subconscious sign of security.
Wow.
It's a guy who's got his life together. The car gets broken into.
Really?
Things are going to be okay.
Well,
If a guy comes after her in a dark alley, things are going to be okay. It's all subconsciously. I'm surprised you don't know this.
I like
is a great
it. Now you
ladies'
can,
man.
yeah, I do. But I learned from another story called it's in the Bronx Tale, which now you can do this. You can let the girl in on her side, And then the Italian guy said, if she doesn't fucking open up the other side, while you're coming around the car, you leave her, you dump her right there. Because if she doesn't go over and make life easier for you and open the door, now you could do that on dates. That's amazing.
You know what I love? I love arbitrary little things like that that tell you when to dump a chick.
Yeah.
The best one I ever heard, I was in 7th grade. And I had some buddies, and
this is the best one you ever heard in 7th grade?
The most asinine shit you've ever heard about women comes out of 7th and 8th graders'
100%,
mouths.
100%.
This kid, we all just started smoking weed, or they did. I was kind of scared still. He told me he met this girl at Sunsplash, and they held hands when they got off the water slide, and then they determined they were dating from then on.
Sure.
He told us all in the parking lot after. He's like, next time I see her, I'm going to finger her, and if I can get 2 fingers up her pussy, I'm dumping her, because that means she's loose.
Holy shit. Dude, I think that's fucking amazing. Wow. Women have children, guys. But no, there's another thing. Yeah, I remember one that if you had sex.
Wait, you saying that's not good advice?
No, honestly, let me think about it. You know what? It's fucking phenomenal advice. It's so true.
2 fingers up the twat, get her off my block.
That's it, dude. If she fucking can take this, she's definitely not going to be able to handle your cock because it's going to be too small. Like, look at that. If she... Are you serious? This was a 7th grade fucking...
I just said it, dude. 2 fingers up the twat, get her off my block.
Honestly,
we got to come up with
guys,
more mnemonics for this saying. Maybe we'll turn it into a t-shirt.
This is an equivalent to at least 400 cocks. At least. If this fit in her vagina with no lube, 400 cocks have been there at least.
It is a strange thing, pussy tightness. Because as far as I can tell, there's
varies.
really no correlation between whoredom, between how many children.
Nope.
There's absolutely zero correlation.
I don't get it, dude. I don't either. It's really difficult to... You can't tell by the looks of it either.
How many fingers can you fit up your girl's box?
I've only ever put 1, so I can't really say that.
What would happen if you put 2?
I mean, I don't know.
You know what? You got a homework assignment.
I can get back to you on this.
Papa Leo, you got homework.
Papa Leo has a big project. I'll test it out. I'll let you know. I won't even watch it.
I want you to go in like this. The 2 middle fingers, horizontal side by side, slide them in, and I want you to report how many cubic inches of pressure you feel.
Okay, I can do that.
I will be able to tell you how often she's cheating on you if you can get me that information.
Okay, I'll do that. And then should I wash them, or do you want to is there a stench thing that you want to
Yeah. If it's not too much trouble, put a little saran wrap over to preserve.
Sure, I could preserve it until I see you again.
And bring it back to Papa Momo.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem, buddy.
Let's see, make sure this shit's going on. Yeah.
I used to, man, guys. What was it like? Guys used to say that if you went to the doctor could tell if you had sex and was going to tell your parents in middle school.
As a male?
By the look of, as a male.
The male hymen?
The male hymen, dude. Where is the male hymen? Apparently, it's somewhere. That's what I remember in middle school having to deal with. I'm sure there's kids out there already banging in middle school. You guys need to slow down, guys. Seriously. Because that is ridiculous. You're not ready to share those bodily fluids when you're fucking 12. Okay? Take it easy.
My first encounter with a woman, other than just a simple kiss on the lips, was, I believe, in middle school, at a middle school dance called a backbeat. That would happen in Orangeville, California.
What did you do?
You'll probably be able to relate to this, Leo. It was a common law transaction, a hat for a boob grab. It worked like this. I had this new red Hurley hat. Looked pretty bitchin'. I was wearing it around the dance, wearing it proud. This girl named Ariel Alvarez.
Oh, wow.
Who's... I'm going to have to edit that.
You're going to have to edit that out, buddy. The fuck is wrong with you?
She's now has many children and is very married. She said, I was like, she kept like taking my hat and wearing it. And I wanted to have sex with her, even though I didn't know at the time how to have sex. But I was attracted to her.
Right.
So I didn't want to say no flat out, but she was starting to piss me off because how was I supposed to get pussy without that hat?
No idea,
Yeah. So I told her, I was like, Ariel, you can wear that hat. Can I please fill your boob though? And her response was not a hard no, was, Danny, how long is a grab going to be, though? For you, it might take 20 minutes. I was like, no, I'll be quick.
She said that? That's pretty funny.
A little honk on the titty.
Yeah.
I was rock hard instantly and for the rest of the dance.
Well, yeah. I'm sure that was great. Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah. I think the first thing I did was like 8th grade. Some girl just like kind of gave me a quasi hand job.
What's a quasi hand job?
Just like played with my dick a little bit.
Was it your teacher this time? Can we actually dig deep for the fans into how that teacher hooked up with you?
Yeah, I never had sex with her. But yeah, the story is... Okay, so my senior year of high school...
So walk me through this. The first time you encountered this woman, were you in her class?
First time I encountered her was 10th grade. I took 1 semester of Spanish with her, and then I believe I switched out of her class because
but the spark had been
but
initiated.
it had been initiated. She was from the same place as I was from, where her parents were also Argentinian.
Where was that from? The slum?
She was Argentinian.
Okay.
She was very pretty, and probably the most attractive teacher in our school for
Got
sure.
it. So everybody talked about her at lunch.
Exactly. Even an attractive, like we would always talk about what kind of underwear she was wearing because she'd always wear like a thong and you could see it.
Yeah.
So that was like 10th grade.
Everybody has that. Mine was Miss Summer Wilson.
Wow.
And there were rumors that she fucked a guy who went to school with, she taught as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Continue.
So yeah, so she was very attractive. Whatever. So that was 10th grade. Now I was a young boy, whatever. Then I definitely grew up in size and I became more manly. I was still wearing braces, but I was definitely a man by the senior year.
You hit puberty. You had the ability to impregnate her, and she could sense that, and she liked what she sensed.
I was 217 pounds already, so
I would have double-legged you in an instant, but that doesn't matter.
You fucking asshole.
That's beside the point.
You know what? I was a fire. I would have went for your nuts, dude. That's what I would do.
You would have had no chance.
That's a big target. You just punch those things, dude, when I'm down there.
Without a Louisville Slugger, you wouldn't have had a prayer. Let's be honest.
Shit, dude.
Your sport was faggy baseball in high school.
Faggy baseball.
Mine,
huh?
I was already taking amateur MMA fights. I was out there competing on the weekends.
You knocked out a guy by the time I was hitting home runs and you were knocking guys out.
I didn't knock anybody out at that point, but I did win my first amateur MMA fight and probably some little tournament that means nothing.
So you would 140 something pounds would have taken me down, no problem.
I weighed more than that. I weighed about 150, and I had a choke from the 9th level of hell.
Really?
Triangle, rear naked, darce, it don't matter. I said choke. I didn't specify.
Well, hopefully, I would have fucking caught you with the right hand coming in, though. No, I was fast.
That is the lottery mindset.
But if I did catch you with the right hand coming in, though, it'd be tough for you to recover, you think?
I mean, if you played the Powerball right now, would it be easy to coast out the rest of your life? Yes.
You're saying,
but why are we even having that conversation?
You're saying my chances of winning, of catching you with the right hand, are basically the chances of getting struck by lightning and eaten by a great white shark, because those are better than winning the lottery.
I'm not a statistics professor, but yeah, that's what I'm saying right now.
Wow.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
This is just okay. Well, you know what? If we ever fall apart and we decide I'm going to go and do my own thing with my channel and all that, one day we're gonna set up a huge grudge match.
Okay.
With millions of fans watching all over the world.
Yeah.
In an arena.
Don't worry about
that. It's gonna be boxing for one half of the round and then BJJ for the other. So I have a minute and a half.
Okay.
Or whatever. Yeah, I have a minute and a half to try to catch you.
Well, don't worry about getting a good night's sleep that night, because I'm gonna give you plenty in the ring.
Oh my God!
You're gonna be taking a
You're gonna keep going, even when I tap.
On
You're gonna keep going until you break my arm.
Until I feel satisfied, which you never know. It can be 10 seconds after the tap. It can be a full minute.
I will literally bicep curl your entire body back up. You're gonna be trying to fucking get it. You just lock my arm down.
Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is designed to dispatch meatheads like you.
I'm not a meathead. I'm lightning fast. I have explosive power. I was a swimmer and a baseball player, man. I was built to fucking be explosive. I don't lift a lot.
Elio Gracie at 90 years old could stroll in here, spit in your face, and then choke you if you decided to launch any kind of rebuttal.
All right, but you know what? You know what, buddy? I would apologize and be really, and then I'd sneak attack, and he wouldn't know what to fucking do, dude. He'd be done.
Do not desecrate the memory of Elio. Yeah, that was offensive. Let's get back on subject. Let's talk about this professor, this criminal, by the way.
This criminal. So we never had sex, so it's fine.
It just jerked you off.
So we, so then I had her again senior year, and I was, it was a much more intimate class because it was an AP Spanish language class, and there was only 10 students. So it was kind of a joke class, and she admitted at the beginning of the year that she really didn't have the energy to kind of teach it because it was super difficult and kind of above her level of understanding. It was like literature and language, AP literature and language. So she was like, if it's cool, I'll be happy to give you guys busy work and give everybody an A. And everybody was down because it was this was a mid city school in LA. They were down to do stuff like this at the time. So everybody was down and happy about it. So what she would do is for the first 30 minutes of class, she would kind of graze some topics about whatever was going to be on the AP test, and then she would come
Jerking
over.
off 17-year-olds.
Jesus Christ!
Kidding.
She was 26 years old at the time. Okay,
She sounds incompetent. She sounds like a moron, by the way.
I
was going to ask you if she lost
killing
respect
it.
for you for being in an AP class, even though you were a native Spanish speaker.
Oh, yeah,
but
well.
if she didn't understand the curriculum herself as an education professional, she should probably jump off the nearest bridge.
She understood the curriculum. She just didn't want to teach it because it was pointless. Everybody in the class was probably not going to pass the test except for me because I was a native Spanish speaker. So I did pass the AP test without even studying. Anyway, continue along this line. So it was intimate. So she'd come over and sit down and talk to me after, at the end of class, about the girls I was hooking up with, about how I could.
Are you trying to tell me that this is a responsible teacher right now? Are you still trying to maintain
She
that?
was going through her and her, I think, fiance at the time were breaking up. So it was.
She would talk to you after class about the girls you were hooking
not
up
after
with?
class, during class, before I left.
In front of the other students.
It was third period. It was right before lunch or fourth period. Right, fourth period before lunch.
And
So,
how many girls had you tagged out by then?
By then, I had never had sex.
At 17.
I was 17. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had never had sex. So I lost my virginity this summer. I graduated and lost my virginity 2 weeks later.
Got you.
So I'm there.
Surprisingly late. Later than me, even. I thought you and I were around the same time.
Super sheltered.
I was early in my senior year.
I was very
in that
sheltered.
double team, baby.
That's ridiculous. I was super sheltered. My parents, I never went to a high school party, never had a sleepover. My parents were like, you're just going to play baseball and be a badass student. So anyway, now look at me. So we're at, so she would come over and talk to me, and she would give me, hints throughout the year that she was attracted to me. She would say things like, if I was your age, would you think I was cute? And I was like, yeah, I think you're cute. And then she touched my arm a few times. She'd be talking to me and be like, that's funny, and touch my arm.
Can you do that again? That wasn't my arm, by the way.
She would think it's funny and touch my arm. You fucking gay, dude.
I understand. I need to get in the headspace that you were in.
You're ridiculous.
So she's touching your leg. What happens when she starts touching your leg?
My fucking arm. Listen.
That she dismissed the class?
No, she would just she'd be sitting next to me, and everybody would either be hanging out or doing their own thing, doing homework for other classes, and she would come over and hang out, and then kids would even be in the class would be like, dude, that's fucking
gossiping.
She's into you, yeah.
I have to imagine her tenure at that school didn't last long.
No,
I have to imagine word got around she was irresponsible and a whore.
She ended up working. She worked with my mom, dude. My mom knows her, so that's why I'm not using her name.
So she's a betrayer too.
Not only that,
and I'm going to fish that name out of you.
She's an administrator at another school.
Great. Now she's blowing third graders.
Oh my god,
it's an elementary.
That is not what's
Did
going on.
she mention that?
That is not what's going on. We had dinner again though, years later, after, and we just caught up a little bit. And
tell me about the first time you kissed.
First time we kissed. So that kept happening, right? And then so it's getting towards the end of the year, and she had this thing where she goes, "Hey, why don't we as a class go to the Cheesecake Factory and just have a dinner before the test or whatever." So everybody was like, yeah, that's cool. And she was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't really have a ride. And she's like, oh, no, I'm going to take you. No worries. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a ride. And she took another kid, this guy named Alan Reutman. She took him too. So we go to Cheesecake Factory.
When you guys are hitting up Aaron Donald, go ahead and send Alan Reutman a message too.
Dude,
tell him he's now my sworn enemy.
Reutman
as well.
was an MIT student, and I've never found him on social media. So good luck.
He probably jumped out of his dorm room window. The stress of MIT was too much for him. I can tell he's a weak guy.
Shit, he was Russian.
What was
his
a
first
machine.
Name again? Alan Reutman.
Alan's a weak first name.
He was Russian. He's a machine. The guy's fine. Anyway, she took us to fucking Cheesecake Factory. We had the dinner. After dinner, she goes, hey, don't say anything. I'm going to say something right now. And I go, okay. She goes, hey, Alan, Leandra lives closer to the freeway heading towards me. So is there anyone else that can give you a ride? I'm like, my heart's just like, douche, 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 douche. Like, what the fuck? So some fucking girl's like, oh, I can take Alan home. So then she takes me home.
I was going to say, thank God he got a ride. If Alan went hitchhiking and got abducted that night, I was going to be disgusted even more so.
As soon as she fucking gets in the car with me, she goes, so this is what it would be like if you were on a date with me. That's what she said immediately.
I'm getting a little chubby.
Oh, my God.
Continue. What happened after she said that?
So after she said that, bro, I'm 17. I have been, a little versed on the game of the many. But
had you touched yourself to this professor at all?
Oh, a million times.
Teacher, I mean.
Many times.
Tell me about her body a little bit. Titties?
She had big tits and a nice ass.
Was she a little overweight?
Typical Latina.
A little overweight.
Not a little overweight, dude. She was
In
like
shape.
a hot, she went to like a good, I think she went to ASU or some shit. She was like an ASU like solid.
As did producer Ben. So she only sucked. She only sucked about 9,900 cocks while she was over there. Versus,
who knows?
Actually, I can't think of a school where a girl would go where she would be more sexually promiscuous than ASU.
Really?
If you,
Santa Barbara?
If you have, it's close, but if you had an ex who went to ASU, she got double penetrated, pork roasted, bukkakied, and gangbanged
Jesus,
3 times before graduation, and you
Jesus,
can be
Danny.
damn sure about that. You can be damn sure.
Okay, well, this was like, she's older than us, so we don't really know if that's what it was
They
like.
were even crazier in the 90s. Add heroin and everything I just said.
So she does that. I'm kind of like thinking of things to say, so I'm just like, I'm not saying much. And then when she drops me off, I told her I just basically mustered up enough courage to tell her that I thought she was like really attractive, and she said, "Oh my God, that's so sweet," and leans in and puts her lips on my lips. And
Tongue?
Then we had the worst makeout session probably I've ever had in my life. I was so nervous and didn't know what the fuck
It
was
probably
going on.
turned her on that you didn't know what you were doing.
Maybe
That's probably what she gets off
maybe,
on. Is
honestly.
taking little boys' innocence.
Oh, can you stop? I was 6 foot fucking.
Am I
3,
really out of speaking of
217 pounds? I had stubble. The only thing I did have braces, so that was probably weird for her.
So she was making out with you with tongue for how long?
Oh,
What's
God,
the
it must have
duration?
been 30 seconds.
A long makeout.
And then I was just like,
where
oh
are
my
your
God.
hands while this is going on? Where are her hands?
Mine were on her leg, and her hands were
Inching toward the vagina.
One of them was on my face. That's it. It was not inching towards the vagina. I was not at that level of any. All I knew is that I was comfortable talking to girls, and I knew girls liked me, and I had abs. I could say that was my play in high school.
30 seconds into the kiss,
Yeah.
her hands make their way to your zipper.
No.
She undoes it,
No.
and her mouth begins moving south
No.
towards your
dude.
erect penis.
No, that would have been great, but that did not happen. No.
When did she jerk you off?
She grabbed my cock like under my pants and kind of stroked it
In the car?
a few times. No, later on. Okay, so this was graduation week. So the next time I was in class, she was like, "Oh, when are you? What day are you walking?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm walking graduation." She's like, "Oh, cool." She's like, "I want to go," and I was like, "Yeah, you should go." And she's like, "All right." And then when graduation day comes, she sees me like with my cap and gown, and it comes over and shakes my hand, gives me a hug, and slips me a note, and it says, "Hey, come help me out, put my books away and stuff tomorrow."
I'm actually
in class."
upset at how unprofessional this woman was.
Well, yeah, but whatever. She was
Unlike
going
you,
through some
Leo,
shit.
I graduated from UCLA.
Oh God!
I'm a man of learning and
I
taste.
graduated from Cal State University Stanislaus. Danny,
Yeah,
all right?
a
We were
school
top
that if it
30.
got blown off the map tomorrow, nobody would give a shit.
You know what, Danny? It was a phenomenal institution.
Not
and I had a
true.
great time. It
And
had one
I
of the.
take learning
it had
so seriously,
One of the top food. It had the best food of all colleges and the greatest dorms. It had single room dorms for all people that
For
went
all
there.
Leo DeTavio's pussy getting needs. Okay, so continue, Leo. Tell me what this fourth-rate educator in Jezebel was
God,
doing.
you were. Stop insulting her. All right, listen.
This harlot.
Stop it. So she comes. So she tells me, hey, slips me the thing, says, hey, come help me out with my books. So I come the day after graduation just to help her out with her books and put everything away in her classroom. Then that's when we made out for the last time. She told me, I didn't think we were going to kiss. She was like, I'm sorry I did that. She like apologized for it and stuff. And then
Yeah, clearly she was really feeling remorse.
right when I'm about to be like, all right, well, bye. She goes, hey, is anybody in the hallway? And I go, no.
I'm so mad, actually.
And then she makes out with me. She grabs my cock a little bit under the thing. I was still bad at making out. And then she said, hey, let me know if you ever want to come visit me. My husband works, every day from 8 to 4.
What a skank whore.
Or fiance, she said, because I don't think they ever ended up getting married. Or I think she was going through a divorce at the time. That's what it was. So that happened. And now she's with somebody new. She divorced
I'm
that
sure
guy.
she's equally as unfaithful.
And
This
maybe
woman-
not.
this woman
she
needs
was
to-
going through something, Danny, and I served a purpose that day.
No, you
I
didn't.
got her to forget what was going on at home. Maybe the guy was abusive. You don't know. You got to put yourself in other people's shoes. Sometimes.
Yeah, how about this? Can I say something
How
right
come
now?
you never think what?
Not only does this woman deserve to be fired, she deserves to be euthanized like a German Shepherd.
Euthanized?
With like a German Shepherd.
God,
with a
that
bad
is an exaggeration, Danny.
like a German Shepherd with a bad hip. I'll say it a third time.
You got to say
cleanly.
it a third time. That was nice. That's really funny. I get that. That's hilarious, but that's fucked up.
Apparently you didn't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
I did. I wanted to hear. That was funny.
I'm feeding you
Where
the truth.
Where the fuck do you get all your fucking metaphors, though? People want to know.
I think your sister feeds them to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You sick
I wouldn't
fuck.
say that, but I will say she's my muse.
Why would you fucking even bring it? You're such an asshole. Don't ever talk about my sister. I will fuck you up.
Is it disrespectful to say your sister's my muse?
No, that's nice, I guess.
What is it nice?
It's
Even if she wasn't sucking the creativity out of me with her mouth. What if I was using her Instagram as a remote tool of inspiration?
Listen, I am followed by none other than Miss Mullen, your sister.
That
She
is true.
follows me, all
That
right?
is true. And you guys are going to have to dig through the 80,000 followers in order to find her.
Yeah, she does follow me. Now, my sister doesn't follow you. So,
How do you know that?
I don't know. I'm sure I've checked.
No, she does.
Oh, really? She does. What's her name? What's my sister's name?
Excuse me. I'm confusing a follow for the 10 message deep exchange of nudes we have going on in the directs.
Oh, my God. So now she doesn't follow you, but you guys are exchanging nudes in the DMs.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep. I know what your shower looks like at your parents' house. She sent me one from your childhood bedroom.
Oh, my shower at my parents' house?
I know about the little mobile above your bed with the A-10 Warthog on it. I came all over its wing.
What the fuck, man? I was not a fan of any aircraft, so that is complete
Not even
blasphemy.
the A-10?
Not even the A-10.
You're
All
basically-
I cared about was Batman and Robin, and not really Robin, just Batman and the Joker. They had endless fights. Some G.I. Joes. I had a few G.I. Joes. I also
One of
might
them
have
cared about the
had...
A-10.
That's it. That's all I really cared about. So you don't know what my room looks like, because you would have seen baseball bats and
Covered in
Batman.
semen.
Batman and fucking the Ninja Turtles. Big fan when I was younger. Then I got into Batman.
You know
because it was more
Raphael the
real.
Ninja Turtle?
Yeah.
I used him as a dildo on your sister's anus.
You disgusting, sick fuck.
His weapon is the bamboo stick. It's the least intrusive one. Otherwise, I'd cut her.
It's like he was an action figure the size of like 4 inches long. So his stick was maybe like it was like a toothpick.
I don't even know if
Really?
Raphael's got the bamboo stick.
And that's Raphael doesn't. That was Donatello that had the fucking stick.
Donatello's been giving it to your sister with his staff.
That is so disgusting. I don't even know what to say.
Don't say anything. Just know the truth. You don't have to have an opinion on everything, Leo. The world doesn't
Danny,
revolve around you.
Danny, you know what?
What?
You know another female that you're.
Am I out of line today?
You know another female that you are fucking really that are on good. You know that's related to you that I am on good terms with is your mother. All right, so me and your mother have talked a lot about you and your shenanigans and how things need to change. So maybe I'm going to say, hey, Miss Mullen, I'm really worried about Danny. I'm going to be in your area. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you want me to show up at any time, have a little coffee when the mister is gone, because I really want to let you know what Danny's doing. And then, I'd proceed to seduce your mother. If you want me to do that, Dan, you keep talking about my sister, because I will seduce your mother. No questions asked.
Here's
Easily.
how that would
In
go.
fact, that's like really where I make my living, in fact, is seducing older women.
Here's how it would go. You know how you keep tabs on Leo? You don't need to hire no private eye, use no tracking device. You just check his Instagram stories. Because the guy can't go 15 minutes without posting one and showing his exact location.
Oh my God, is that the case?
He posts one. It's just an excuse to check out his hair and his beautiful eyes. And I see in the
Oh,
background,
my God.
he's moving north up Interstate 5.
Holy shit. So
I know exactly
one-
where he is. I know how much time I have
I'm gonna
before he
post-
arrives in my mother's house.
Listen, I'm going to give you a foreshadowing that week for the ages. I'm going to fucking put so many stories up saying weird things. Like, I don't know. I feel like Sacramento would be a nice place to visit. I haven't been there in so long.
By the time you get to Fresno,
Yeah.
because you're such an amateur at travel, you're going to be on the 99, which is full of potholes and the police radar more thoroughly. I'm going to be
my
on the 5
God.
going about 10 miles per hour faster than you. I'm going to head you off. I'm going to get to my mother's
My
house.
God.
I'm going to use my mom as fucking bait.
Oh, really? Just for the most epic battle of all time?
No epic battle. My dad's got a 30-06 deer rifle in the safe.
Really? You're gonna fucking shoot me?
Which safe I
figured
know the
you'd-
combination
I
to.
figured you would do it like a man and get a couple of your fucking Lord of the Rings swords and be like, "Hey, Leo, fight me like a man," and throw me like a fucking Aragon sword or some shit. I'd pick it up and I'd say, "All right, let's go." And you have like, I don't know, Gandalf's fucking staff, and we'd fight to the death in your yard with fucking like I'm sure you wanted to have a sword fight at some point.
No swords, 30-06.
Really, you just shoot me. I have no fucking defense.
If you tried to, all I'd have to do is I'd lay on the floor right where I wanted to, where I wanted you.
Yeah.
A nice pair of work boots, some expensive jewelry, most likely rings,
Oh, really?
and some debatably faggy pants. I'd lay those right on the floor in sight from my...
And I'd be like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, look at these."
There's a big tree in the back. It's a
Aren't
it's a
these
mulberry.
nice?
There's a
But you know what?
mulberry. It's got a roost in it. I'll
really?
fucking I'll rest the rifle right there on the mulberry branch.
Well, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Danny only can go the speed limit, and he doesn't like to fucking go above it at all. So I'm definitely gonna beat him there. By the time he gets there, he might have to shoot me, and he will shoot me. But me and his mother are gonna be in the hot tub when he shoots me.
Leo, they don't maintain it. It's too dirty to go in right now. Leo, do I look like a man right now who goes the speed limit only?
Yes, you do look like a man that only goes the fucking
That's
speed
true.
limit.
I'm the slowest driver on the planet.
We do a lot of road trips. I know what's up. Are we taking the Sable up this week?
Yeah,
this
we'll
weekend?
take the Sable up. We're going to Big Bear. Oh, but the hot tub, by the way, I went to Such. The girl I'm still hanging out with now, the chick in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
When she came over and I hooked up with her for the first time,
Yeah.
I went to such great lengths to clean the hot tub, rid it of frogs. Because frogs just live and shit in there over the summer.
Oh, God.
Fill it with water just so I could get the hot tub lovemaking session going.
Was it nice?
It wasn't even worth it. Without chlorine, the water was filthy, and I could still smell frog shit all over the place.
Oh, God.
Just wanted to tell you. When I'm motivated, I'll do tasks around the house, but it's got to involve
pretty
pussy.
damn near anything.
It's got to involve pussy at the end.
Why don't you guys get one of those? You can get a hot tub for $299. You guys for the inflatable one at Home Depot, and it gets the water up to 104 degrees. You guys should get one for the backyard here.
You would fucking do disgusting things in it. I know.
It's guaranteed.
You do disgusting things. But yeah,
I'll just go there and jerk off for no reason.
This weekend, we're going to Big Bear. We're going to Big Bear. It's a little mountain town east of Los Angeles. As I said,
yeah.
up in the mountains.
2 hours, you'd say?
2 hours is what it's. I just checked.
Nice.
So we're going to get a cabin.
Nice.
We're going to dress as janitors. And we're going to pretend that's our legitimate profession and proceed
my
to
God.
fuck with the locals.
That's so fucking funny. So just anywhere we go, I mean, you could really be janitors anywhere.
We can be janitors anywhere.
Are we
Got a
gonna go to
couple bits in
hotels?
mind.
You do have some bits in mind. Can I hear them, or
You
should
can
we
hear
wait?
a little bit of what I'm thinking.
All right, let's hear it.
You want to get into the Danny Mullen noggin? Today's your lucky day.
Yeah, why not?
Men greater than you demand to hear what's going around in here.
Men greater than me. Who
More
the
often
fuck is
here.
that? Who the fuck are you referring to?
Well, certainly not Ben. I mean, his athletic ability this weekend proved that.
You're such an asshole. He says he dusted you, man.
He did not dust me. If
Ben told me, I wanted to defend Ben. He said that he doesn't think you have much athletic ability at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why he was unconscious for 20 minutes and we had to get him off the field in a stretcher? I'm going to bill you for that, by the way,
You
too.
are
That
a-
wasn't a cheap ambulance call.
You were a bully.
I'm
You know
just
that?
telling you the truth. I'm a historian.
So what happened? So wait.
I don't embellish. I'm not modest either. It's right in the middle. It's factual what I say.
Like a German Shepherd with a bad hip.
Yeah.
You had to get that one in.
I had to get that one in.
All right.
That's how I'm going to euthanize. I forgot even who I was referring to euthanizing, but it doesn't matter. The joke stands.
It was my fucking my teacher in high school that
Oh,
I
I
made out
stand.
with.
That girl sucks, dude. I hate that woman.
You
that
are
woman is
such an asshole.
That woman and women like her are tugging at the fabric of society.
Why? She would have never.
Because
fucking-
A, she's a child molester.
She is not a child molester.
She's an incompetent teacher, and she's an
Oh my
adulterer.
God.
She's an adulterer.
Well, it was a failing marriage. I looked like a man. I was almost 18. And to be honest, I passed the fucking AP test. So she did something.
She should be tried in front of a jury of her own peers.
I passed the AP test.
She should be hung from the neck until dead.
You are a sick fuck, dude. What is this? The Salem witch trials? You want to burn her at the stake?
I want to throw her in the lake and see if she floats.
How? You would have been great. Danny would have been fucking great during Salem, dude. He would have fucking claimed everybody was a witch, dude. He would have been like, that, but she's a witch. I can prove it. And he's such a good fucking, the tongue lashing he would have given. Everybody would have believed anything Danny would have said. You would have fucking for sure been in government.
I don't
back in
think I would have been
Salem.
government. I think I would have opened an independent business that involved de-witchifying women. And in order to de-witchify,
They'd blow you?
it involves 20 minutes with me in a hut. That's how you were relieved of your witchiness.
That is so true. You probably would have, and I would have been right there. Your Barney Fife to your Andy Griffith, dude. Been like, yeah, and then you have to go through me as well. So I would quantify him for you. I'd get him all I'd do the paperwork, and then I'd send him in to you.
And me, as in real life, I'd be getting all the choice mouth. You'd be getting my runoff.
You sick bastard. No,
I'm
we'd
gonna
be
open a
rich.
whorehouse called Choice Mouth.
We'd be rich, dude. Choice mouth.
Choice Mouth. It's like It's like Baja Fresh.
Holy shit, dude. What a fucked up fucking... I'm glad Danny Mullen didn't exist during the Salem witch trials, man.
Oh, that would have been my time.
Oh, man. Crucible, it's fucked up play, bro. You should, if you've never seen The Crucible. That's a good one.
Arthur Miller was putting his filthy cock in Marilyn Monroe. He was so torn up after she dumped him, he couldn't write for years.
You think she cheated? I think she cheated on like everyone she was with.
Probably.
For sure. Back then it was easy to cheat, man.
That your Spanish teacher would have been Marilyn Monroe if she was white and more pretty.
Oh my God. See, that's
Same
like the
attitude would have prevailed.
You sick fuck.
So we're going to be in Big Bear this weekend. One of the bits I got planned is I'm going to go knock on a random door at the Motel 6, tell the occupant that the manager sent me up because there was a honeymoon couple in the room the night before.
Oh my God.
There were a couple puddles I had to mop up in the bathroom, and I got to change out the pillowcases too.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
That's not bad, right?
Are we going to use the sunglasses?
We can use those, and we'll also have Nico filming from afar with a sniper lens.
That's so fucking funny.
We might make that motherfucker wear camo.
Oh God, there's a lot of
woods.
bits that we could do. Are we gonna go to like a lot of hotels, a lot of maybe even like random Airbnbs or just like supermarkets? We could do supermarkets.
Supermarkets
too.
is good.
Yeah.
I got his caution tape. I got a floor wet sign. We can do anything, man. What I think we should say too is because it's going to be the off season. It's not their summer, so there's
Right.
not much business up there. Not too many tourists.
Right.
I say that we. There's no real reason to keep us employed, but there's a labor dispute going on, and like they have to because we're striking. And that like I'm gonna get a guy to open a can of beans and just spill them on the floor, so I have something to mop up.
Oh my God, that's funny. An employee, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll just make our own messes and then clean them up. That's one thing I got.
That's so fucking funny.
Hey, the one I'm the most proud of is I'm gonna say that, or I'm gonna get outraged rather if anybody calls me a janitor, because you know what the proper term is.
It's what is it? Custodian.
And I'm going to say that calling a custodian a janitor is just like calling a black person a nigger or calling a little person a midget.
You're gonna say that?
Ben thought that was a strong sigh from Ben over
Oh
there.
my God, Ben, that's too much for Ben.
Yeah,
whatever,
you
you're
want me
nuts.
to bleep that out? It's comedy, Ben. YouTube allows you can use it in a comedic context.
It is a comedic context. That's funny, dude. What else could we do?
And that's true. You should not call a custodian a janitor.
No, definitely
They're
not.
underpaid and overworked.
Yeah, definitely.
They work much harder than your whore Spanish teacher.
Holy shit, man! Why you got to call her a whore?
Yeah, just mess around and watch movies, and I'll give you all an A. Wasn't that what you said? Isn't that pretty close to a real quote?
Listen, buddy, it was a fucking extra class that she was forced to teach that she didn't really want to be teaching or have the ability. She didn't have the ability to teach it at a high level. So she gave us a break. All right. We were all happy to help her do it also. Okay. So we were all in it together.
You're happy to help her do it. Can we get her in here as a guest?
I really doubt that.
I think we can make it happen. So we're going to do that up in Big Bear.
That sounds hilarious.
I'm thinking there's a big history of combat sports in Big Bear. Fighters going up there to train because of the high altitude, the low oxygen.
Oh yeah.
I say we make.
I'm gonna have to go buy new gloves. I don't really have. I might have a shitty pair, but either way, I'll have to probably go buy some.
It'd be nice if you got
And
some
mitts.
boxing. Yeah,
mitts,
we
too.
need maybe Fan Jerry. He'll be like Rocky. We'll get him in the ring. We'll get him chasing pigeons and all that bull.
He wants to come for sure.
Yeah, he's coming for sure.
Oh, that's great.
And then after that, I say we get them all liquored up. Nico, Fan Jerry, Inlaniggi, whoever else. And we fuck with them when they're drunk. And then we
That
get
sounds
footage
amazing.
of that.
Yeah, we have to remain sober so we can work all the magic. Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
I can work the magic. sober or
Inlaniggi
drunk.
would be probably pretty easy. He's gonna get high out of his mind. They're all going to get high out of their mind.
Producer Ben's going to be up there too. And
And we should definitely try to drag Nico to a rehab against his will and then be flabbergasted when they tell us that they have to like do it on their own. Like what? Wait, they have to check themselves in here.
you're telling me the patient needs to want to get sober on their own?
Yeah.
You're telling me that he has to actually want this?
Are you serious?
You can't rape him with recovery?
You can't just like put him in a room right now in a straitjacket or something. Are you serious?
We could do that. His alcoholism is starting to worry me a bit.
I mean, I think it's been worrying a lot. Yeah, I think it's been worrying me as well a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, Nico, I gave him permission to take a shot this week while we were filming because I wanted there to be a festive atmosphere in the morning when we were getting started. And one shot turned into two, which I
Right.
turned a blind eye to, and then I caught him taking a third. A
Right.
cameraman at 10 a.m. before we go
Yeah.
out and film a full day.
Third shot.
Are you hearing this, Ben?
He's also he's a small guy too. He's 140 pounds. He also drank 6 beers one time on a shoot just for no reason.
I had one shot that morning, this last time we shot Saturday.
Right.
What was that, 2 days ago?
Right.
And I was off my game from one shot, so I can't imagine 3.
Yeah, no, I doubt he had eaten much of breakfast at all. And you know, and then the moment where he had where you were like, you know, flabbergasted at the highest levels when we were eating at the Mexican restaurant and they brought the margarita that I purchased for fucking Inland Iggy because we were trying to get him fucking blacked out so he doesn't say no to us, and he still ended up saying no. We got him. I brought it out, and he just goes, "Hey man, can I taste it? Can I taste it?" And you're like, Jesus, man, you have a problem, don't you, Nico? And then he denies, which is definitely something alcoholics do.
Nico is an alcoholic in denial.
Yeah, denial is one of the first things that they do, and then they have to get over the denial. They have to, you know, that's the first thing you do in AA. You say, "Hi, I'm Nico Villacrenzi, and I am an
Villacrensis?
alcoholic."
You don't know his name?
I said Villacrensis. I just fucked
You
it
said
up.
Villacrenzi.
If I read it,
You made him Italian.
It
That's not
sounds
cool.
like an Italian name, a little bit.
Hey, you know what's really off-putting is there's a U-Haul box across the room and it says "size matters" with an exclamation mark.
And it's
on
got
the side of
look at the
box.
phallic symbol on the side on the left hand side. Too.
That is disgusting. U-Haul should be ashamed. Ben, producer Ben, do you see that?
Yeah, it's-
U-Haul should be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, but that's subliminal sex messages. Have you never? I took a marketing class in college, and they showed us a million things that have dicks all over the place, including Disney movies.
Most famous, The Little Mermaid cover. There's a
Yeah.
cock right on the side of that castle.
and that makes like parents want to take the kids there. You don't even really know it, but you want to send for some reason. You're like, yeah, let's see Little Mermaid.
Subconsciously, they think there's a chance
Yeah.
of getting some pussy or dick in that dark theater.
Yeah.
It's all subconscious, but they think it
And
nonetheless.
that U-Haul, I mean, that was definitely made to look like a cock. I mean, for God's sakes.
What I also drives me nuts, or doesn't drive me nuts, it's something I realize, is all the businesses that have their billboards on the side of the freeway and they're using a hot chick to advertise their product.
Oh, yeah.
And their product has nothing to do with hot chicks.
Nope.
They're a trash removal company.
I got Work Boot Warehouse. They always have a girl for some reason on a Work Boot Warehouse fucking ad. Why?
The chick who appears on the billboard for the shitty company, the towing truck thing, the laundry machine disposal group, and I've seen girls advertising those things or being featured in their advertisements.
Right.
That's one step above porn star.
Just one?
Well, just one. And
Wait, one step, Danny?
And I'm realizing now that porn star has to, if you're a porn star, you should put a gun to your head and kill yourself because your
Why?
life isn't going to improve one iota after your career ends.
That's not true. They oftentimes marry another porn star, and they live happily ever after.
No.
And they're even faithful to each other because
No.
they've gotten it out of their system. Jenna Jameson has a really good book. You should read it.
I've read it. It's by Neil Strauss. And you know who I was just about to get into? Neil Strauss wrote it, by the way. Jenna Jameson had nothing to do with that piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, fuck no. You think she can string a sentence
So
together?
you're saying all porn stars should kill themselves?
Jenna Jameson, and that's exactly who I wanted to speak to. We can both concur she's the most successful porn star of all time.
Except for Peter North.
There's no way Peter North is more successful than
Okay,
Jenna
fine.
Jameson.
I was just saying that.
If we looked at their net worths, you're going to see a figure of 200,000 next to 38 million or something
Really?
like that.
Jenna Jameson's that rich?
I'm guessing. You know what happened with Tito Ortiz and Jenna Jameson?
What?
Jenna Jameson lost custody of all of her children to Tito Ortiz,
Oh, wow.
a fatherless MMA fighter
Wow.
who can't even string a sentence together himself. She lost custody. She currently lives in Hawaii, is a big fat pig. She's gained about 50 pounds, and she drinks herself to sleep every night on top of a sandwich full of Norcos.
Well, she was raped in her youth, and she has a lot of problems.
So was I.
You finally fucking said
I
it.
wasn't right.
I was waiting for this moment. Let's talk about Danny. Talk about it.
There was no rape.
God damn it.
I have seen Uriah Faber, the MMA fighter, be raped by a woman.
Whoa, that's kind of... Are you going to bleep that out too?
I can say he got raped. He didn't do anything. He was unconscious, and a girl... So we went out. The girl was hot as shit, by the way.
She tried to just mount him?
It was after the second Dominic Cruz fight.
Okay.
He'd lost. It might have even been the third Dominic Cruz fight. It was around 2010. He'd lost the fight. He'd had a couple days to get over it. We were still in Vegas. It was a Sunday night. We go to XS Nightclub. We get up behind the DJ booth. in the real hip spots.
Right.
You know, the booths that Jason Giambi used to sit in.
Oh, no way.
That Derek Jeter would be in when he was getting fucked up.
Why do you know about Jason Giambi? That's
Because
so
there's
random.
a booth, because I worked at XS, or I worked at the casino that XS is part of, and they have a booth called the Jason Giambi booth in that club because he once sat down and spent $45,000 in one night.
Holy shit. Yeah, you know, there's in one of the Yankee books, they said that he was the best ladies man alive. Yeah, Jose Canseco said that Jason Giambi was the biggest and best ladies man he'd ever seen in his life.
Has he ever been raped while unconscious?
Well, yeah,
I'm getting around to
who
it.
knows? But keep going.
We're back there. Tito Ortiz is back there. Chuck Liddell's back there. We're in the booth. We got these two broads. They're fucking hot. Mine was giving me some attention, but then there was this dude, Anthony Njokuani, this other MMA fighter.
So you hung out with Tito Ortiz?
Yeah, we were back there. I was talking to him a little bit.
You're not worried about him listening to this podcast?
He just went on the Adam Carolla show and talked a ton of shit about Jenna Jameson. He hates her. He won't talk to her.
That's fine, but you said he can't put a sentence together.
I apologize, Tito.
Yeah,
You're a gentleman.
you better fucking apologize.
If you put a camera on that guy, he melts down, though. That's all I'm going to say. He's got some of the most embarrassing commentary performances in the history of commentary.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We're backstage. My girl, she fucking peels off and goes for Anthony Njokuani, who was this really tall, handsome, black UFC fighter. She's probably regretting that decision now. Because my career, Njokuani's career,
Listen, you better stop calling these guys out. One of these guys is going to fight you.
if Njokuani wants a piece, I'll double leg him and I'll choke him, too.
Holy shit.
I'm not afraid of nobody's. I already told Aaron Donald I was going to beat his ass. I'm going to take his job, too.
All right, keep going.
So we go back. My girl doesn't want me. I'm empty-handed. I'm just pissing in the bathroom of our suite at the MGM. I look over. The girl's been going after Faber all night. Half Asian, really thick. You could tell she just squat. I don't like that I use the word thick. I meant literally thick, not thick the shitty slang. You could tell she does squats, does CrossFit, whatever. Big fake boob job. She's kissing Faber a couple times. She pulls her head back, cocks it a little bit. I'm like, oh, he's not responding. Because the dude was completely passed out.
Wow.
I can see the wheels turning in her head. What does she do, Leo? After a 5-second pause, she reaches down, pops the button, undoes the zipper, gets his cock out, starts rattling it around a little bit, trying to milk some life back into the appendage.
Oh, my God.
Nothing really happens. She fucking pulls up her dress, pulls her G-string aside, and starts rubbing his penis on her pussy. Tries to fuck him while the dude's unconscious.
This was just fucked up, man.
I didn't do anything. I didn't step in at all. I watched the whole thing.
And then she stopped?
I think she got frustrated. It was just a noodle.
Were you jerking off?
Oh, yeah.
You were jerking off?
And she saw this big rock hard dick in my right hand, and she wouldn't even come over and interact with the man who was conscious.
God, you had a lot of weird interactions. Those fucking UFC guys fucked you up. I think that's what fucked you up, man.
It might have.
Honestly.
There was a lot of bad influence going on over
dude,
at that.
fuck.
The block definitely fucked me up.
Yeah, dude. That was not healthy for
And
you
when
at
I
all.
say the block, that was the compound. Uriah Faber owned 4 houses on one street in Sacramento, and it was a frat house for dudes who didn't go to college.
Jeez.
That's pretty much what it was.
And you did, though.
It was. I remember.
You were going to a JC at the time.
I was. Leo's got a magnifying glass out, and he's always looking for that sexual trauma that explains why I'm such a dirtbag today.
Yeah.
It might have been from that, because what would happen is I'd bring over these little 18-year-old girls, and I was 18 too when I lived there,
right?
And I'd hook up with them in the hot tub, and all the time I'd see red dots coming out of windows, because dudes had camcorders. Back then they were legitimate camcorders with tape, just filming me hooking up. Dudes would be like a fence would collapse. One time a fence collapsed, and a dude fucking had to run away because he was watching and jerking off while I was getting blown in the hot tub. Shit like that would happen.
That's nuts, man. That was not healthy for you.
I think it was.
No, it wasn't. You were still growing as a person. I'm sure you weren't even at your peak height yet. When did you reach like 6'3", 6'4", whatever you are now?
Sometime in high school.
All right, so listen. Yeah, dude, you were still figuring out who you were sexually. You didn't know what to do, and all you had like men watching you fucking jerking off to you all the time. It was like you, honestly, you talk shit about Jenna Jameson, but it was like you were a porn star for a long time.
You're not far off. You're making some good observations. And one time I hid one of those camcorders in my laundry bin at the request of my roommates. Invited a nice little girl over to the compound.
Jesus,
and had sex with her on my bed with the lights on. It was on tape, and at least one guy watched it with his girlfriend, and they had sex to it. who lived on the block.
Wow.
And I think it
your
made the
girl,
rounds.
Your girl had no idea this was happening?
No idea.
Jesus, that is horrible.
No idea. There is pornography of this girl that exists.
Did you ever apologize to her?
Nope. Don't want to hear about it. Don't want to hear. I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get an earful from no ladies.
Wow. You're not afraid to say that on this podcast?
Nope.
You crazy son
I made a
of
mistake.
bitch.
I made a mistake. Well, I probably made a mistake. I made a mistake letting it leave the house because whatever happens.
Oh my God!
I mean, at the end, it got masturbated to by 16 to 20 men. It's not a big deal.
And then it got destroyed.
No, it's still in circulation. It might have even been reproduced.
What the fuck? To this day?
There exists pornography of Danny Mullen in the world. You know what I regret from that time more than that tape?
What?
The amount of dick pictures I sent with a limp penis and my face in the shot.
Yeah, you've talked about that. That's another thing that's just shocking that you did. Yeah, well, you needed some guidance from good old Leo. I would have been like, hey, man, you don't have to have sex in front of, like, these guys, man. Like, do it on your own. Figure out what you like.
I didn't do it on purpose. It's not like I rang the bell.
No, that's what I mean,
in
yeah.
the center of the compound that everybody gathered around once Danny got a broad out of her clothes.
Ding, ding, ding.
They were doing it covertly.
Time to watch Danny fuck.
They were doing it was like in a horror movie when you see the red-eyed bats looking out of a cave.
That's so
It would be
creepy.
like that, but they were Sony.
Well, was this
Sony
girl? Did this
camcorders.
girl know that the girl that got videotaped with you? Did she have any idea that this was going to happen? Like, was she just a nice young lady? Did you take her virginity that day, or was it just like a girl that was like had slept with like another one of the guys?
Would that
on the
turn you
block?
on if I took her virginity?
Maybe.
I took 2 virginities and it was in college. I didn't take any virginities at that point.
Nice.
How many virginities have you stolen?
Only one, man.
That's
Only one. Yeah.
Producer Ben, have you stolen any virginities? 2 virginities.
Really?
That's almost
Impressive.
25% of his overall haul.
That is so fucked up that you would.
What? Ben is a chaste man. He's saving himself for a nice Jewish girl. With a. Does she have to be Asian too, Ben?
No, that's just preferable.
Just preferable, he says. Just preferable. I sent him a picture. There's a girl that I hooked up with over the summer who I still talk to, who's a cool girl. I got to preface everything. I can't talk shit about anybody I've hooked up with in the past.
No, you can't.
What's the statute of limitations? I can talk shit about people after a
I
year.
think once they start dating somebody else.
Is that when you can?
Yeah.
Well, not that I have any shit to talk about her anyway, but she is an Asian Jew, and I think the same combination as Ben. Is it your...
You're not going to use me for content.
His dad's Asian and his mom's Jewish. I think her dad is Asian and his mom's Jewish too. And I sent Ben a picture of her, and I know Ben was so fucking jealous that I was up in San Francisco getting down with an Asian Jewish girl.
Wow.
What could have been your bride was my casual fling, Ben.
You are just an asshole.
Am I being a dick today?
Yeah, you are just clearly an asshole today.
Hey, speaking of being assholes, these guys went to dinner last night after the football game where I smashed them all.
Yeah.
They didn't even invite me to dinner.
Well, you know what? You probably would have said fucking no, dude. Or you would have said, hey, can you guys spot me though? Or yeah, what are you guys? You would have said, well, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of. I need to go and edit, or I don't know, guys. I need to fucking.
Doesn't matter.
You would have said no.
It's the respect that counts. You still got to ask the Dan.
But
man.
if you say it so many, you say fucking no so many times, they're gonna get tired of asking you.
It doesn't matter because one of them suffered divine repercussion.
Oh God, he's barfed and shat himself to death. I saw the toilet coming in here, guys. It is not pretty.
Our other
out there.
roommate has vomited 9 times by his count, shat about 10 times, and it's all because God understood they didn't invite the great Danny Mullen to dinner, and he said one of these guys has got to pay.
See, after this last episode that we shot with Lenigi, Danny is now a devout Christian. So he's referencing God out of nowhere now, which is surprising to many, but he is a godly man now. So remember that.
That's not true. The video we just shot, though, it did have a lot to do with Jesus because we crucified Lenigi as a way of making him repent for all of his sins. And by sins, I mean his pussiness and his unwilling to do anything cool on shoots anymore.
We should have bought 60 eggs. That's the only thing I'm pissed about.
We strapped him to a crucifix. We egged him. Fan Jerry, no spoilers. He made out with a fucking dude. That is a spoiler.
Dude, Fan Jerry, listen, he's a fucking legend after this. I don't want you guys talking shit to him. I want you guys to tell him he's a fucking legend. Fan Jerry is a goddamn legend. And he has balls. He has huge balls.
Yep.
Huge balls.
It was impressive. That was the kind of dedication the Danny Mullen channel doesn't just need, but requires.
It requires. That's what I was saying after it. I said the amount of give fucks that you have to give are the lowest I've ever seen in my life. and it's impressive.
Well, I ain't making out with no dude.
That's what I mean. Same. I can't do that. Isn't that guy, dude? He was like fucking the fucked up Thor, dude. He had a bigger, better beard than me. He was a pretty handsome 40-something-year-old dude, too.
Would you let him pound you out?
No, Jesus Christ.
What about for a Maserati?
the other guy, though? You see the guy he was with?
Good-looking guy.
Fucked, bro.
What about for a Maserati?
No.
Would you let him play with your dick a little bit? Limp
Play with my
in the
dick?
locker room?
Play with my dick for a Maserati?
Yeah.
Sure.
Finger up the
Absolutely.
ass.
Sure, fuck it.
Suck your dick.
Jesus. Sure.
You gotta suck his dick.
Nope.
Maserati, have you seen those?
That's where it stops.
Their logo's a trident. It's crazy.
That's where it stops. I don't need the Maserati that much, dude.
They've appropriated Poseidon's
I like my Nissan
thing.
Altima. Oh, that's true. The Poseidon thing, that's kind of cool. It would be fitting for me. Could roll around with my hair just flapping around.
Hey, how pissed are you that Jason Momoa's got a new feature coming up or a new show or whatever that piece of shit's going to be?
Yeah, Frontier?
It's going to be
What?
shit, but
He's not that great of an actor, but he's a presence.
You're jealous of him, aren't you?
I'm not jealous at all.
You're absolutely
No,
jealous.
I actually like the guy. I think he's a good guy.
He's got your look and your vibe.
Yeah.
And he's in A-list movies and he's rich. And
Yeah, but
he is
he's
having sex
got-
with a 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, for a long time now. Yeah.
So you're not too jealous of that.
I'm not too jealous of
aspect
that
his
now.
life.
And he can't really cheat too much. He's like apparently right on top of that. But yeah, no.
What do you mean he's apparently right on top of that?
She's on top of that. Like on red carpets and shit, she's like a little jealous and like she has hawk eyes. She's always looking at like the hot little like reporters hitting on him and shit.
That's one of the things I like about Leo. One of the few things. He's got a lot of the inside scoop on who's fucking who in Hollywood.
Why? That's the only thing you like about me?
I just wanted to say something
You're
insulting.
such an asshole.
It's called
dude.
good radio. We got to have rapport, Leo.
Oh,
we got
God,
to
dude.
give each other little jabs and crosses.
You know, you are a sick son of a bitch sometimes.
I'm trying to think of the hottest piece of gossip you've given me about Hollywood celebrities. Jason Renner
Yeah, Jeremy Renner being
Jeremy Renner?
I
cheats
met
on his wife all the time.
Yeah, and I met his side woman, and she said that he has like so much cocaine at his house that it's out of control.
His side woman's a good-looking redhead.
Yeah, pretty attractive. She was like kind of like Jessica Chastain style. Yeah,
He
pretty
fucks
cute.
her without a condom.
He did? Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
You heard it right here, people. We're taking down the stars.
Yeah, we are.
Nothing
And
is sacred. No
what
holy
else?
cows on this podcast. Aaron Donald, I'm coming for your job. Jeremy Renner, we know about you cheating on
Yeah,
your
we know
fucking
about you,
wife.
Jeremy Renner, you fucking son of a bitch. You were the great in the town. I love that shit. Just 9 years, motherfucker. Just 9 years. That's all you did.
Hey,
But
9
still.
years? I'll fucking, I don't know what, I was going to say something about 10 years. I got nothing. But the point is, your wife, she's going to leave you for a quality guy like Danny Mullen.
Hey, go to
You
rehab.
ain't careful.
Get out of that fucking booger sugar habit. It's not a good one for you, buddy. We need you to remember your lines. Okay?
The other piece of gossip I got from you was that Crystal Lea's got a giant cock, which is only flattering.
It's not that he has a giant cock. A girl said he has a big dick. That's it. Jesus.
Let's be honest. We may have talked about this before.
She didn't say it was giant. She didn't say anything. It's probably proportional to him. He's not a huge guy. I'm sure.
The
He's
mental
6'2".
backflips you're doing to justify Crystal Lea's cock size.
I am not. I
are
am not
impressive.
doing any mental backflips.
You're doing mental handsprings.
Listen,
at the very
buddy.
least,
He
then.
called me the good-looking version of him in one of the shows I went to go see him watch. He said, "Oh man, you're like the good-looking version of me, man."
One
He
of the
said that.
68 shows you followed him to.
I
'cause
am
you're
not
obsessed with the
He
guy.
gave me tickets once back in the day. I met him years ago, man. I'm not obsessed with him. I just saw him rise from 5,000 followers to what he is today in the last 10 years, 8, 9 years. All right, so I know it could happen. I know it could happen. I know it's going to happen to us. Even
Crystalia?
myself. I had 1,000 followers 2 years ago, man.
Crystalia and Leo Tavia fornicated with the same woman.
You had 1,000 followers when I fucking met you, buddy.
Was that a cue for me to change topics?
You know what's funny? No, it's not at all. I was going to tell a little story because I got my old phone back, or like I lost the data on my phone, so I re-uploaded like some data I had on like my computer from an old
I think
phone.
you're getting nervous. I think
I'm
the
not.
people want to hear more about the Crystalia cock gossip than the data shortage on your phone.
No, I was going to say that I got the first conversation we ever had on our phone together. I saw it and it was funny.
So this is how it went. We were up there filming that cross-dresser in San Francisco video. Leo Tavio's feeling a little insecure.
I was not feeling
You
insecure
feeling
at all.
very insecure.
I don't feel insecure very often, but go ahead.
It was raining in the mental landscape of Leo land.
Nope.
He hits up this girl that had sex with Crystalia recently.
Because Danny asked me
And
to.
I asked you to. And then
Danny vehemently asked me to ask her who how big Dalia's cock was.
So Leo asked her how big was Chris D'Elia's cock, and
my
she
friend
says,
wants to know.
She says, "Do you really want to know?" And then Leo, that's where he does the big.
I didn't say, do you
Gulp.
really? She didn't say, do you really
Yes,
want to
she did.
know?
I was
No.
right there, and this is a steel trap, Leo.
She did not say, do you really want to know?
This is she said, "Do you really want to know?" And you said yes, but inside you didn't because you
No,
knew
she
the
said
news you were about to
why. She said,
receive.
why do you want to know? And I said, my friend wants to know.
Yeah, you can spin it however you want, but the
Go
next
ahead.
message
Okay,
is
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that counts, and
All
it
right,
was
and what-
it was
what
the
was it?
biggest cock I've ever encountered or
She
seen.
didn't say ever.
She said
did not say.
it was the biggest cock I've ever seen.
Something like-
And true or false, she'd seen your cock in the years previously.
Listen, you sick
I'm not a
fuck.
professor of logic, but it sounds like
Nobody cares about
that's an
Dalia's
if,
cock.
or it's an A, B, C. I don't know the fucking logic. The point is, she's seen both of them. His is the biggest she's ever seen. That means Leo's in second, third, dare I say 20th place when it comes to cock size.
It doesn't matter what she thought about my cock. Point is, it doesn't matter. Cock size doesn't matter. I thought we fucking went over that on your dick pills video. You're the one that said it doesn't matter. All right, you're the one that wrote about you broke up with a girl because she had sex with a black guy. Remember that?
That is not how it went. You make it sound like I'm a racist.
Not like a racist. She said he had a big cock. The black guy had a big cock, and then that bothered Danny enough where he didn't want to bang her anymore. Is that basically what happened?
It was because she said that he had a cock that was ripping her apart. It was so huge, and then that image of the giant cock fucked me up from then on.
Yeah, what a bitch that girl was.
It was far too vivid of an image.
Why would
for
she
her to
say
plant in
that?
my head.
Why would she say that?
Because she wanted to get rid of exactly one Danny Mullen from her life, apparently.
Yeah, well, good. You know what? Good. Fuck that girl. You don't need that girl.
And I agree, cock size is overblown in the way people think about it, but it makes juicy podcast material, especially when it involves a celebrity cock. And that's
All
why
right.
I'm sharing with the
All I
peeps.
know is a girl that me and Dalia both hooked up with said they had a big cock. All right, big deal. Plenty of girls out there say that Danny Mullen has a big cock.
A
All
lot
right,
of them. Most of them.
most of them, all of the girls. I mean, most of the girls that anybody hooks up with, I might have the biggest cock a girl's ever seen, and Danny might have the biggest cock a girl's ever seen. Point of the story is we don't know, and I really don't care.
It depends on how many slices of lunch meat are wrapped around it before penetration.
Oh my God! You wouldn't? Do you wear a condom over that? You just put it in?
Nope.
What
Meat
the
on
fuck?
pussy, baby.
It's got to be the fresh fucking meat, then, right?
I like to use bologna.
Bologna?
It's got the best texture. It drives the ladies wild.
What really? Yeah. So no roast beef?
If I get if it's an opportunity to slip off to the fridge before the love making, I'm gonna rock the baby's world.
Oh my God! So it's fresh though. Do you get it? Like if there's a possibility of you having sex, do you go to the store get fresh bologna, or is it just any bologna? Could it be Noah's bologna? Could it be some fucking roommate's bologna? Like what's the deal here?
I go to the fucking butcher shop. That's all. I got nothing. On this note, I think we should end it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to wrap this up?
Go to the fucking butcher shop.